What's up, guys? Back for more power rankings on Friday. Um, Probably gonna be an interesting week this week because no Falcons football. Maybe make a Lakers video in that. But yeah, these are my new power rankings. Just gonna go through them. Don't want this video to be too long. Panthers, Giants, Patriots are all absolutely terrible offenses, and their defenses definitely can't. Well, the Patriots' defense isn't too bad. I'll say they're definitely the best defense of the bunch, which is why they're higher than these other two teams. Panthers and Giants have equally bad offenses and defenses. I'll be surprised they win any more than 4 games this season. Cardinals. They beat the Falcons. Feels like anyone can beat the Falcons at this point, but they're still pretty bad. Bears and Packers, honestly, the only reason Packers are in front of the Bears because they beat the Bears by a lot. I feel like if they played again, it would either be close or the Bears would win. So it's kind of hard to measure these two teams. Packers have been very disappointing in the second half of this season, while the Bears have been either blowing out teams or getting blown out themselves. So I don't really know. Rams, Titans, Falcons. Rams have been interesting. They looked good at the start of... Actually, all three... No, Rams and Falcons looked good at the start of the season. Now we know what they really are, which is not very good teams. Titans have been interesting. Their offense is neat. Will Levis is an interesting quarterback for sure. Of course, anyone can throw it up top against the Falcons, though. And as soon as the Titans go against someone somewhat tougher, right, Will Levis doesn't play as well. Broncos have moved up a lot, up to 23. They've defeated the Bills and the Chiefs in their last 2 games. Well, Bills are... We'll talk about the Bills later. But, yeah, still good wins. Still not really thinking that they're even in the average. I think they're still below average team who got some good wins against, well, the Chiefs. I don't know how that happened, but the Bills have been struggling recently. Give the Broncos some props, but they're probably still nothing special. 22 and 21 are the Commanders and Jets. I feel the Jets, with how well they've been playing sometimes without Aaron Rodgers, they could easily be a top 16 team with him on the team. The Commanders have been interesting. Their offense is just pretty mid, making it hard to rank them any higher than 22. Now we're in the top 20, Bucks and Colts. Bucks have been pretty bad recently, while the Colts, how many wins do they have? 4? They might have 5. Maybe 5-5. But they've been average. They're really just an average team. Raiders have jumped up a lot as well. I still don't think they're great. They've still gotten blown out by teams like the Bears. They lost to the Chargers, but a lot of the teams behind them have just been really bad recently, while the Raiders have just been all right recently, which makes me put them above those terrible teams. I still don't think the Raiders are very good. I don't even think they're the 18th best team in the league, but they'll rise or fall based on how well they play. Right now, they're not playing too badly, so for now, they're just high. Saints, best team in the NFC South. Yep, the best team in the NFC South is number 17. That division is terrible. But, yeah, they have the best defense out of the 3, I'll say. Most, like, Bucks, maybe. I don't know. None of them have great defenses. They'll play the Falcons in a couple weeks, and we'll see who's leading the division at that time. Bills, very disappointing. They've lost to, like, the Broncos, the Bengals, I think the Jets, the Patriots. They've had a ton of terrible losses. I cannot believe that they've been playing so badly. The only reason they're not lower is because we know that they're better than this, and that's keeping them in my top 16. Texans and Chargers. Well, while the Texans have really low expectations for me, Chargers had really high expectations, but they both kind of fall into some middle ground. I kind of feel bad for saying the Texans would have 3 wins because they already have more than that. That's my worst prediction. But we'll go after the season. We'll go through my predictions and how good they went. Bengals, Steelers, Vikings before the top 10. Bengals and Vikings have really gotten it together recently, even without Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson for the Vikings. And the Steelers have been a really odd team. I feel like could have easily went anywhere from like 3-6 to 6-3. I think they're 6-3 right now. They could end up winning 7 games. I don't know. Steelers are a really weird team. I don't want to put them in the top 10 because I don't feel like they're a top 10 team. But they keep winning. I'm going to have to eventually. Now we're in the top 10. Seahawks. High-powered offense with a really, really bad defense. They've been getting blown out by teams like the Ravens, but they also have some pretty good wins. Like, I think they play 49ers this week, so that'll be a pretty big win for them if they can pull it off. Jaguars and Cowboys. Jaguars fell off a little bit for me because they got beat up by the 49ers. But the Cowboys also did. I am at least I think they both got blown out almost equally. But yeah, this is the ranking of who got beat the worst by the 49ers and the Cowboys win. Well, how many points did the Cowboys put up? Like 7? Was it 13? I don't know. These teams both got blown out by them. But they're both teams that beat up on the worst teams. Well, except for the Jaguars, because they lost to the Colts, I think. But yeah, they're top 8 teams, top 9 teams. But I don't think they're better than any of the teams in front of them. Which is weird, because the Browns are next. They've been destroying without Nick Chubb. And it's like they're not going to stop doing that anytime soon. I think they're the best team in their division right now. Dolphins at number 6. They've been getting kind of blown out by good teams, but we've seen what they've done against teams like the Broncos. Kind of hard to rank them. I can't put them above any of the teams that I think would... Like, I feel like the Dolphins are a great team until they play great teams, which is why I can't put them any higher than number 6. We're in the top 5, and the 49ers finally got back in here after being up on the Jaguars. I feel like they deserve this spot. I really think it was just 3 unlucky losses. Well, the Vikings are a pretty decent team, and the Browns are a good team, so you can't really blame them. They just need to continue to beat the teams that are challenging and not end up like the Dolphins. We know the Lions are great. They need to just show us a couple more games that can actually put them in the top 3. I know the Chiefs actually lost to them, but as you see a lot of times in this list, just because a team beat another does not mean they're higher than that team. I still think the Chiefs just are the better roster. If they play it again, I'm putting all my money on the Chiefs. Ravens and Eagles are in the top 2 and 1. Eagles just seem unbeatable at this point. They're only lost to the Jets, and I feel like that was obviously just an unlucky loss. Eagles are still the greatest. Ravens have been doing very well. I definitely can see if you want to put them at number 1. But I've got to go with the Eagles. They only have 1 loss. They're the only team in the league that's done that. And that's why I have them at number 1. But guys, y'all disagree. I feel like everyone disagrees with every ranking I've ever made. But, hey, maybe one day I'll make perfect power rankings. Not this week, though. We saw Thursday Night Football. The Ravens beat the Bengals. But that's a topic for another day. See you guys next time. Adios.